Bloodshed in Mexico. More than 1,000 people said to have been killed in drug-related violence this year alone. And that has folks on both sides of the border, well, very concerned, in fact. Mexican and U.S. lawmakers already requesting thousands of troops be put on the ground along the border. But now a big threat is how big of a threat, rather, is Mexico's drug war to the U.S. Let's ask Fox News military analyst Captain Chuck Nash. Captain, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
You bet, Kelly. Nice to be with you.
You know, President Felipe Calderon, he has just released a statement basically stating that, look, we are not going to be a failed state. We are fighting the drug cartels. He's pumping more than $6.5 billion into doing that. And he really takes it on the chin that the State Department as well as the Pentagon has cited some examples relating Pakistan to that of Mexico.
Right. Yeah, well, he put $6.5 billion on it. The drug cartel makes about $10 billion a year, so they're outspending them. They've got access to weapons. The country's being flooded with semi-automatic and automatic weapons that are coming in from China. The bad guys are well supplied. They can buy radios. They're operating in company-sized strengths. This isn't just 5 guys on a street corner with 9mm. You're talking about military assault type units that are fighting the federal police and the 45,000 troops that President Calderon has mobilized in his 2 years of being in government. And he's trying to clean it up by 2012 when his term ends. But it is massively funded. They've got the Chinese weapons source, and with that and the money to be made smuggling the drugs across the border to a welcome market in the United States, it's a very lucrative proposition, and it's extremely dangerous.
Extremely dangerous indeed, so dangerous that we just heard from one of our reporters, Casey Stegall, who was at the University of Arizona, wherein the State Department as well as colleges are telling students do not go to Mexico for spring break because of the danger that exists there from these drug cartels. And then we also know, Captain, that Governor Rick Perry of Texas has ordered, or at least requested, an additional 1,000 troops to be placed on the border there to actually fight against drug cartels that may try to enter into this country through Texas.
This violence, Kelly, has spread not just down there where kidnapping for ransom is a business. So a lot of that goes on, including a very high-profile anti-kidnapping guy who was snatched himself off the streets, I think down in Juarez, which is that is the wild, wild west down there. But this violence is spreading up into the north, not just into Phoenix, where a police SWAT team heard about 50 rounds of gunfire, went and pursued it, and found out that the perpetrators were rival drug gangs dressed as Phoenix police raiding a rival gang. And a lot of these guys, I think the investigation isn't done yet, but I'll bet you're going to find out that there's a Mexican cartel connection to that, like this Sinaloa group that was just taken down. There were 755 arrests. But this has been going on, and it's now spreading up into the continental United States. If you look to the south, you look at the drug-producing countries. Venezuela is turning into a narco state because they're just trying to make money, and anything that weakens the United States is, Hugo Chavez is all in favor of it. So you've got massive quantities of drugs down there, tremendous amounts of money, and arms coming in from the Far East.
Captain, I'm running out of time, but I want to thank you. We're running out of time, but I want to get another question in real quickly, and that's the fact that the Pentagon now looks at this as a national security issue. We know that while the governor of Texas has put or has requested 1,000 troops to be added on his border in Texas, that 5,000 troops across the Rio Grande in Juarez, Mexico, have been added. But if Mexico can't do the job, what does the United States have to do to stop this problem?
Well, once and for all, we can start by trying to get a hold of our own doggone border and close that border up. Forget the politics of it. Look, we're in a leaking boat. We'll bail ourselves to exhaustion unless we plug the leak in the boat first.
All right, Captain Chuck Nash. Very serious issue right there and along the border, and we thank you for bringing some comments to it. And obviously, we have a lot of work to do down there.